the Fortress 2 shield to make it through that fight.
It is frustrating, though, because this is going to be replayed, but they aren't forced to play the exact same way. And I would have been very interested to see how that would have played out the way it was, you know?
Yeah, definitely. So, how do you think these players are going to approach this now that they know their opponent's teams? What adjustments do you think they'll take for this rematch?
Well, we've got the Viper Strike's got kind of a problem, right? Which is that Lantern in every single matchup that it could be in with the 3 he brought. So I think you're going to look for potentially some scenario where you're desperately trying to trap it and get it dead. But I don't know that. Again, both players know that. So trying to figure out how to best use that Lantern versus best eliminated, I think is going to be how this breaks down.
Right. I mean, I would think that the best chance to deal with the Lantern would be with a Fortress and landing an Earthquake. But
yeah, you're just because of the
fact that it's stuck in the lead, that's kind of risky because what's he gonna do?
I mean, I think that's part of the problem is that the way that these teams were set up, and even that Alolan Golem looks really good given the matchup.
Yeah, definitely. It's a kind of a questionable team comp from Viper Strike, in my opinion, because he's lacking in grass. He should have expected Lantern to come against him. If I was Jack, I would be bringing Lantern against him every single game.
Absolutely, Lantern has chips against almost everything.
Yeah, so the fact that he brought a team so weak to Lantern, I feel like was a major oversight.
So what do you guys think? There's basically 3 players here. Jack, Viper Striker, and Niantic. Who do you think is going to win this match?
Never bet against Niantic. Unless you're, a quality product, in which case you should always bet against Niantic.
Alright, so far they're playing it out roughly the same. Neither of them opted to switch out from the lead, which makes some sense because it's a pretty even match for both of them. It looks like he's opting to let the Alolan Golem kind of go here and preserve shields because he knows how strong his Lantern is, so I think he's planning to just double shield the Lantern and kind of sweep from there.
Yeah, I think that's the look, and I think he knows too that its job to an extent is this Fortress and the Golem. So are we seeing? I think we're seeing some more. Can we see some more lag there?
That's definitely lag here. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
this
that's a ton of lag.
Again.
So that's gonna be. Yeah, it looks like they exited out.
He might be removing the stream because I guess it might have been causing him some lag. It looks like they unplugged.
Ooh, and it looks like Economical took down Valerash. So that's 2 straight losses for Mason. And guarantees us that we will have a 6-0 winner of this tournament. Man, I would have liked to have been able to see that matchup between Economical and Valerash. I'm sure it was a good one.
We get to see Ek in the finals. Hopefully, that would be excellent. And it looks like we get to see Quartz's game 3 with Vespi, Queen, and Venusaur. That's a good start.
Yeah, so positive lead matchup for Quartz. It seems like, quick switch from the Venusaur. Quartz has to get out of there quick because those rock throws are 2 times super effective and will just chunk that Vespa Queen down real fast.
We really don't have much of a choice there. That's it's not quite confusion on a Toxicroak bad, but if you're slow on that switch, you can absolutely get ruined.
Yeah, I mean the good thing is that Vespa Queen is pretty tanky, so it's not as risky.
Like Scyther.
It's not as scary as having a Scyther or a Masquerain out there. And he farmed up a lot of energy from that Lowland Graveler matchup. So now he's able to just unload these body slams on Venusaur.
Absolutely.
And I expect him to draw the last shield here.
It'll be interesting to see. He's going to get that third body slam before.
Yeah, he gets that third body slam. It looked like there might have been a slight bit of lag there. I don't know. I
didn't
thought
see
the Venusaur...
I didn't see a Vine Whip. I didn't see a Vine Whip in there, but
I didn't either.
It looks like he was still a couple Vine Whips away from getting that Frenzy Plant off.
I'm not sure about the shield here, if I'm completely honest.
That was a misplay, I think. But he can get a body slam in before it's done.
Yeah, I see some more lag there, but
yeah, it looks like they've conceded that game is a wash and they'll replay.
But yeah, I think that was a misplay because I think he would have been better off saving the shield and bringing Vespa Queen in to just farm up the Venusaur. Getting that Vespa Queen with having that Vespa Queen in there, kill off the Venusaur, and then come into the final Mon with both a shield and energy advantage. Would have been a pretty big swing in the match.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple Mons that I don't know that would. If that last Mon was, say, a Lantern, that might be tricky, but I still like that position better than hoping that Vigoroth goes off.
Yeah, because the Vigoroth, like, at that point, it's basically done its job. It's on a sliver of health, so even though you shield it and then you get a body slam to kill the Venusaur, then, say the Lantern comes in, the Vigoroth is so low on health that Lantern's just going to kill it off with a water gun.
And Quartz still had a third Pokemon too that we hadn't seen, right?
I think so, yeah. So I find it hard to see how that shield is really justified. I mean, like I said, at that point, the Vigoroth is basically toast. So just let it go.
It looks like we're seeing the game play out nearly the same here. See if something happens.
It might have been a slower switch, though.
Yeah, that switch did seem a little slow, especially knowing that only going to be the same line.
Yeah, and then so he's just spamming those body slams again. So yeah, pretty similar to what we had before. It'll be interesting to see. So he burns that shield early.
Yeah.
I think he's planning on double shielding here. We'll see.
Second one. We're still looking at the same line. So the question will be, will Quartz continue to try and preserve this Vigoroth here? But almost identically.
Yeah, so I hope we see him not shield here. It's just, I don't even know if it'll get to the bot. Okay, so good play by Quartz to not shield, in my opinion. Now
he's got that fortress back there too, and a fortress with a shield is, if Lantern is your concern, is a great place to be. Last Mon is that Vigoroth.
Yeah, seeing having that shield for the Vespa Queen is much more.
It's shaping up great though, because there's still a fortress hiding back there. Oh, that's interesting.
I don't think that was the right play. I think you should just be spam. He could have gotten 2 X scissors off.
Yeah. He's still probably going to win this, though, because he's got Fortress in the back, and there's no way Venusaur comes out.
Exactly.
But that was a misplay for sure. In a closer match, that would have been very, very costly.
And yeah, I think he probably realized in the time between matches that there was really no reason to shield that Vigoroth when he has both Vespa Queen and Fortress, who can just completely kind of wreck Venusaur with their bulk and that Bug Bite. So good adjustment by Quartz to realize that he may have misplayed that first time and make the adjustment for a better play in the rematch.
It looked like the Vigoroth had even less health in that cell. I think that might be those extra vine whips that we saw them miss.
Absolutely, yeah.
Still waiting for that result in the one pairing. I wonder if they're still fighting through some lag there.
That is what we're seeing on screen, though. Just not. Oh, looks like they finished it.
We'll find out what our finals looks like. Maybe we can talk them into playing on stream.
And I am here for the next hour, 13 minutes. So I'll actually, if you guys don't mind, I'll be able to jump in and commentate a little more. It's kind of a frustrating experience right now because our flight's been delayed and the hotel kicked us out of the room. So I'm just sitting here in the lobby with full uniform, commenting on this silly game.
Yes, so hopefully we can get economical. Hey, Quartz.
I think I have myself muted on OBS earlier, so yeah. So Echo is going to be in the finals with either Jack or Viper Strike. So we're going to stream that after Mason finishes his game because we want to hear.
He wants what?
We're gonna do the Echo final with Jack or either Viper Strike after Mason finishes his game. So
Quartz,
yeah.
What are we going to do about background noise?
Is it very loud?
Echo. We're having to commentate the way we've been doing, and after the tournament we can interview with Mason.
Yeah, we could do that too. Yes.
Yeah, Chris, you have a lot of background noise there, so it's going to be hard to hear Mason. And also how, just logistically, it'll be tricky because then Economical's opponent would be potentially hearing what Mason is talking about. So it looks like we have Economical versus Viper Strike here in the finals. And as we noted before, Viper Strike is the guy who beat Valor Ash, and he also beat House Stark here. So he's definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Look at the
Ace Killer.
The two teams squared off here.
AJ, we have a petition to ban you from the mic due to background noise. From Spark Spencer. Yeah, so I'm going to pull up their teams so we can take a look at what we're going to expect here. So Economical is running Venomoth, Venusaur, Alolan Graveler, Lantern, Vigoroth, and Vespiquen. So he's got that double electric that seems pretty popular here. And then he's got two Vigoroth counters in both Venomoth and Vespiquen, which have a little bit of different coverage. And then he's also got that Venusaur as a third Vigoroth counter. But interestingly, he's opted to not run Noctowl. And I guess he's just relying on the tandem of Vespiquen and Venomoth to help, and I guess Alolan Graveler as well, to help cover the various bug types, and then running those two bugs as his anti-grass.
And Viper still has that no grass comp. That's kind of interesting. In some matches, rewards him for hedging against seeing, say, a Lantern and play across the way.
Right, and this Fortress matches up fairly well here because it goes pretty even with the Alolan Graveler, has that late game nuke of Earthquake for Lantern, obviously completely walls the Venusaur, walls the Venomoth pretty hard as well, and I believe goes fairly even with the Vespiquen. So I would definitely expect to see Fortress from Viper Strike, but then on the flip side, because he has no grass, I would expect to see Economical utilizing that Lantern. And we'll have to see if Viper Strike learns from his mistake from that last match we saw from him, where he brought a team that was very weak to Lantern.
So well, remarkably, he found a win in that game 3.
Well, the one we were watching wasn't game 3, I don't think. That was game 1, wasn't it? That we got the lag? Game 1 or 2, I thought.
Honestly, I don't know.